Once I had sleep, but they never showed up, and then, you know, it's like, okay, we'll just die 5.
Thank you. GG, everyone.
I'll say the same thing I did to the other two. That start was pretty fun, hey?
It sure was. I'm curious how far behind I was of breaking out of that compared to the others. I was really nervous that someone was gonna crit one of the enemies in the hill tiles there, like a rogue scorpion and knight, and break through a lot faster than I was.
I think you were last or second last to break out. You did grind an awful lot, but you were really in the lower end of that. Sandcraft was grinding, I think, before anyone else. The other two seem to, you know, grind so far, get a level, try again, you know, get killed, grind another level, try again, whereas Sandcraft just stayed around, which you did afterwards, I think.
Yeah, I was throwing myself at the enemies trying to get lucky and run through them because I knew once I got past about 8 hill tiles, was going to be another zone, and so I was hoping to be able to break through and see what the other zone was, and I was thinking, man, if that's like Wolf Lords or Droll Magi, if I can just get there, then I can start knocking out enemies and get through this and get some levels and proceed from there, but a lot of run fails on all those enemies there.
Yeah, I think, so again, Sandcraft was first, basically out of the coal area and going north to Vanilla Garenham. But once you started walking north Sandcraft, I think like there were 3 or 4 zones you walked through and saw no enemies whatsoever. You had enough defense power.
Yeah, I pretty much just walked through the whole thing. I mean, unless I ran into Star Wyverns or the Knights and Demon Knights kind of zones.
Now Raga is on his way down to the golem again. Just went and checked the treasury and did not find the flute.
Oh, he never found the flute. Oh.
Yep, he was actually probably second, would have been second place, except the golem took him out, and looks like it took him out again. And we get the forfeit.
That's rough.
I don't quite remember where the flute was, but I know we had it fairly early.
Tablet Cave, I think.
Yeah, that sounds right. I know I felt good after I found it. Because I'm like, oh right, I probably need this.
Me too. I felt that was the one valuable item that was on the east side of the map over by Cole and the Vanilla Staff Cave. I was thinking about returning back and checking the treasury, but went back forward and got the flute and felt okay about that. But that was about the only thing worthwhile out there. But made a difference at the end. I see Sandcraft went on level 13. Is that right? Wow, with only 91
14,
hit points.
We may have missed a level there. I think you said 14, Sandcraft?
Yeah, I did end up getting the extra level at the end there.
Not a whole lot more there. Wow, I was nervous about 90 hit points, so I went and got another level. Looks like Kigalus did as well.
GG, Ragai.
Yeah, I didn't like the HP on 14. And GG reggae.
Thanks, I guess? That was something. I feel like nothing I did worked, but other than that, it was something.
You were the first to armor.
It's funny, I think going to the second con ended up hurting. It seemed like it was great at the time, but as soon as I found those stones, I bailed out of there, and that was the one thing that could have made that bad, was that guy sitting at the end of Charlock, so I assume I had to go further to find the fairy flute.
Tablet Cave, which was Vanilla Coal, I believe.
Yeah, I got to Breckenary area or something and got the last of my quest items and right on out of there, so.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say, I assume there's no winning without the fairy flute there, or grinding like 5 more levels, which I wasn't really prepared to do.
I could get lucky. I think Sandcraft might have actually critted. Still had to do 3 attacks, but and also had the fairy flute, of course.
Crit.
Sandcraft did a bunch of critting actually in this seed.
Just crit to win, yeah.
Yeah, that starting zone was like, as is normal for a Cantland start, you really can't cross that bridge. And it seemed like everyone was stuck there for a while, and then Sandcraft got it first. I think Ragai may have been second. Ragai was definitely first to armor, which was so close the whole time.
Did anyone else get desperate enough to go down and around and check the vanilla token search spot and all of the swamp tiles underneath the Cantland start to try to find a zone or a way out? I went that way hoping for a better zone or to even navigate all the way through the mountains when I was getting desperate and got blasted by a magic wyvern, and that path said nope as well.
I think my problem with that path was it was going to spit us back out in the desert underneath Cole, which had... Apparently there's a 100% Star Wyvern zone. That's all I ever saw there was Star Wyverns. So I didn't really want to go that way just to get spit out in a bunch of Star Wyverns. But I did try going around the mountains to the far southwest, though. That didn't work very much better either.
No, that one zone I found that had scorpions and magic drakies. There's just a little, it's like 6 forest tiles. It was 2 zones west of Cert that had those. That helped get me up, but then, you know, once I got to sleep, then I died a bunch, so whatever.
Yeah, I think a couple of people tried that wraparound zone. One person, I don't know if it was Ragai or Sandcraft maybe Destiny, tried the zone across the smaller, or the first bridge you come to once you get outside of Cantland, and I think down there was just as bad.
Yep, more Demon Knights and Wraith Knights, I believe. There was just no way out. It was either the Zone 1 enemies or Demon Knight type zones.
Yeah, I took like one step across that first bridge, and it was Wraith Knight City, so got sent back, and basically it was either ghosts or knights.
I also noticed too, some people picked up the half plate and small shield in coal. Some people didn't. I know a lot of that was not having gold. And Sandcraft did grind enough that he had, I think, 2100 when he got there. But I think Ragar, you didn't pick up a shield at all, and maybe picked up half plate, but not up until Garenham, maybe.
Yeah, I think when I got to coal, I had like $12 or something, so I was looking to see just for future reference, but I don't think I could afford anything of interest. I think I was looking for like a chainmail or something, but they didn't have that.
I didn't want it because of the agility MP build. I didn't want a giant agility gain and then having bad things happen.
I was concerned about a big agility gain as well, so I stayed near coal and was grinding the wyvern zone out there, and I didn't buy any gear besides a small shield until I was ready to move on from there, which was level 12, I think. At that point, I had enough money for a full plate and was repelling most of the map besides the Hawks' zones.
Yeah, and I don't remember seeing any easy enemies really, other than that first zone everybody had with the Magician and the Magic Wyvern and a few other things. Ghost. After that, it was. I mean, you can basically walk the map and just find nothing the whole time.
Yeah, there's like the enemy encounter list on the ending screen of the randomizer. Probably at least half of the enemies that exist were never seen because it was either the Zone 0, Zone 1 enemies, and then all of the enemies that we had to face to get out, the Hawksness Zone, and the Demon Knights, and Rogue Scorpions, and then after that it was repelling the entire map, so didn't see any of the middle enemies, no Droll Magi's, Druid Lords, Wolf Lords, none of that.
Indeed. I think me and Man were talking about, in fact, imagine if we had treasure guards on this week. We would have found the armor in seconds. Wouldn't have been able to get it, but you would have found it.
Yeah, it was pretty darn close. And I think, Destiny, what was your decision on not going back for it, by the way?
By the time I had cleared the map and I had deduced that the token was going to be underneath Tantagel, the treasury, and Swamp Cave was under treasury, I already had full plate, I had large shield, and I had near ghost stats, and so I wasn't going to go. I had not seen Cantlin at that time. I didn't even know if there were coordinates. I wasn't keeping track of cursed belts, so for all I knew, the armor could have been deep in Charlock, and then even checking coordinates, the coordinate spot for all I knew could have been over by Vanilla Coal and been an absurd walk that I wouldn't have want to make anyways. So by that time, the armor wasn't even a thought. I was gonna grind to get reasonable HP and make a go of it. And when I saw Sandcraft finished, I was about halfway to level 15, and I figured, well, it's the time to go. I gotta get desperate here. So one person's already finished and took first. I was planning on getting whatever level I wanted to go at on the way. That was always the strategy in the back of my mind, and so I finished getting the back 500 experience or so of the level in Charlock, trying to squeeze out as much time as I could, seeing that someone had already finished, and it was desperation point.
I can definitely confirm there were cursed belts.
I was about to say the same thing. Just so you all know, Sandcraft finished the game cursed. Not by the Death.
That's the way to do it. It's more than one tournament race that we've had over recent years where Cursed Belt ends up in first place, right? That seems to be the secret.
It's the championship belt.
I mean, Cursed Belt only matters if you die, right?
For sure. We were all watching and we said, oh no, I used it instead of the Rainbow Drop. And as soon as we noticed, we said, oh, he needs to win this now because Breckenary is a long walk.
That's really scary, especially going on under 100 hit points. Wow. Gutsy move there at the end there, Sandcraft. Had to make it even more dramatic than you already did with a cursed belt. Well done, bud.
Yeah, I was sweating bullets the whole time. I was like, oh, we gotta get this done.
So, are any of you guys looking forward to week 4?
Is anybody?
I don't even know what it is.
It's chaos.
Random percent, I believe, which is...
everything. Oh, yeah, that one. Okay.
Yeah, basically everything's tri-stated. I like it because every seed is different. You're not going to have a lot of the same thing every time. Every single seed could have a completely different combination of flags, but that's also mentally taxing to keep track of every seed. Okay, is this on? Is this off? And seed bleed of, oh man, what was... Did I see random chest locations on or off? Am I checking the right stuff? And yeah, I find it a mentally demanding flag set, but it's definitely interesting, and every seed is different, so it'll be fun in that regard.
Yeah, I think it's interesting that basically half the seeds are gonna have open Charlock, so it's kind of not worth looking in all the caves and find Charlock first, see if it's open, and then go from there.
Yeah, it's one of those weeks that's hard to practice for because you don't know what you're gonna get, really. Good news, we've turned Stair Shuffle and Rotate Dungeons off for this one. That won't be until the playoffs.
That's good news.
Now, in saying that, we've got a race on Sunday that will have Stair Shuffle and Rotated Dungeons, and I think random chest locations as well. That'll be over in the FF1 channel, I think. But that's not a tournament or a league race, that's just a memorial race for one of our past runners. Either way, today, this has been the second race, and I think there's a third race happening soon? Or already started, I'm not sure. It's not being restreamed.
I believe it started on the hour, so it's 30 minutes in about.
Right, so that was Artorias 308, Big Slavu, Scarlet Shadow, and Chad Burt. Yeah, only 2 restreamers tonight, so this is as far as we could get. So you can go cheer them on. I think we're also going to raid over to NES Cardinality when we're done here. Any last words, guys?
I just want to say GG to everybody, and thanks for sticking it out for a tough seed.
Yeah, GG's to everyone, and thanks again for putting on these restreams. They're always great, so thank you.
Yeah, GG, thanks for putting everything on. Thanks to the crew and everybody.
GG, Sandcraft, Kiggles, Ryguy, thank you to all the volunteers tonight, and for Kiggles and Ryguy, I'll have to redeem myself partially here with Dragon Warrior 2 randomizer races. Finishing sub-hour would be pretty good. That's a lot better than I normally do in our DW2R races, so we'll see if that can continue or if it's just DWR.
Alright, so on that, thank you to RPG Limit Break for hosting us tonight. Again, we're going to raid over to NES Cardinality shortly. Our crackers tonight have been Beta and Spike. Restreamer was High Spirits. I am CyberDark86. I was joined by Mand. And we'll see you guys for the next race.
We are offline. GG and thanks, everyone.
Thank you much, all GGs.
GG,
Well done, everyone.
Thanks for the early sword, High Spirits.
Yeah, I see it really helped you.
Yeah, that's a really good point. I can't imagine this without the sword start. That would have been absolutely terrible.
There were things you could kill without the sword. You started with a fair amount of strength.
That
you
is
just never
true.
checked because you had the sword.
The strength gains did come pretty early. That is true.
I did see at least one runner using Hurt on a knight, I believe.
All right, thanks, guys. Have a good night.
Good night. Thanks, guys.
And all.
All right, gang. Back in my chat. Thanks for hanging out tonight. Took third place. Barely snuck behind Kigalus for third. Otherwise, I almost eked out second. Very challenging start. Yep, third place. So I get 2 points. That puts me at 10 total so far for Winter League. There's 2 more weeks of regular season, and then we get into the playoffs. Essentially 2 firsts. 2 firsts out of 3 races. I took second place week 1, first place week 2, and now third place tonight. Which means maybe I'm due for a last place finish next week? Let's hope not. That was a rough start. I knew there'd be a lot of luck and RNG of getting through that start. The routing was interesting. I did consider going back to Tantagel to check the treasury once I got keys, but it was such a long walk out of there. I figured I'll full clear the map and maybe find everything that I need without having to go back to Tantagel. That was not the case, because the token and Swamp Cave were back at home. I feel lucky that I got through that dive. Grinding 1 more level, I think, was the play. I got down low on HP a few times, and having the flute definitely helped the golem fight. The red dragon encounter freaked me out between the golem and the Dragonlord. Holy man. I was like, oh, here it is. Yep, put me to sleep. This is it. This is the end. But we ran away. We were more than 50% to run. Like, I think our agility was 81. It was at least 81. I think it was 81 at level 14, and then maybe we got 1 or 2 more agility points for the next level. And the break even for the red dragons with easy Charlock on is 67 or 68, I believe. So we were about 60-65% to run each attempt. But if he hits you with that sleep and you get sleep blocked, you're toast. But we made it through. Took third. Got that extra point. Would have been great to have finished ahead of Kigalus. Gotten there a minute earlier. Oh, we got a couple of people in here. I'll drop in on my bud Tiverius 37. He's doing something with Zelda Link to the Past. He runs that pretty frequently, the randomizer, and does bingo and other cool stuff. Super chill dude, always a pleasure to watch. Artorius is racing at the moment, but we're not going to disturb him and raid in. That race will be vodcasted at some later point this week, so we'll drop it on Tiverius. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. No sense in raiding in. We'll catch it on the restreams sometime later this week on either DW Randomizer channel or RPG Limit Break. Probably DW Randomizer. Anyways, I'm sure I'll be back around later this week and this weekend to practice Winter League Week 4. Random percent. Put you in mute jail. All right, have a good night.